A female would die if she didn't get pregnant within 3 days. Yet she spent only 2 days with the weakest male and gave birth to a full 18 rabbit babies, slapping everyone in the face. Moreover, 3 of them were extremely rare, super rare females. You must understand, low fertility has always been the biggest pain point in the entire beast world. Even the most qualified females could only give birth to up to 5 offspring at once. Giving birth to 3 females at once was unprecedented. After the news spread, the entire beast world went completely mad. Not only did ordinary males form groups to snatch females, but even the top-tier males couldn't hold back and began to mobilize. Yet just 3 days ago, the female had starved herself to death out of low self-esteem, all because the original owner was a premature mixed fur gray rabbit, coupled with being naturally thin and small and having no males feed her for years. This kind of shriveled figure that clearly looked incapable of reproduction. She was pointed at and gossiped about by long-tongued females behind her back, and Xiaobai, who had just crossed over, was even more unlucky. When she arrived, it was already the 5th year of the apocalypse on Blue Star, and the pain of being torn apart by zombies hadn't even faded yet. It was the intense cramping in her abdomen. This feeling of extreme hunger was all too familiar to her. Her body, having just starved to death, was weak and limp. Utterly powerless, Xiaobai forced herself to gather some wild fruits, and then, regardless of whether they were dirty or not, she stuffed it into her mouth and chewed it carefully apart from the truly inedible fruit pit. She didn't waste anything edible. Stave off hunger as an ordinary person who had struggled through the apocalypse for 5 years. Saving food has almost been ingrained into the bone marrow. Super birth system binding successful. The voice in her ear made Xiaobai frown slightly. It was that annoying voice again. She had already heard it once when she was picking wild fruits earlier, saying something about being a super birth system, and that as long as she kept giving birth, there would be abundant rewards. Xiaobai had absolutely no interest in this. In the apocalypse, getting pregnant is the most terrifying thing. After pregnancy, not only does appetite increase and movement become sluggish, but the smell of blood emitted during childbirth is exactly what those mutant zombies love. In short, giving birth means seeking death. Suddenly, the animal skin curtain at the cave entrance was lifted, and the person who entered was a disheveled rabbit beast youth. Xiaobai, look quickly, see what I brought back for you. Xiaobai recognized him at a glance. The thin and weak male was the original owner's childhood sweetheart. When the original owner was sick, he had always been taking care of her, even stealing dried meat from home before to feed the original owner. It was just that after he left that time, the original owner's mother not only personally came to take back the meat but also severely humiliated the original owner. It was because of this that the original owner completely lost the will to survive. If it were still the original owner here now, she definitely wouldn't accept the meat Lin Jie brought, but Xiaobai simply didn't care about dignity. Nothing is more important than surviving, right? Are you sure this is for me? Don't you need me to give you something in exchange? Lin Jie was amused by Xiaobai's seriousness. I am your future beast husband after all. Raising you is what I should do, okay? Upon hearing this, Xiaobai stopped hesitating and began to tear into the meat. She had already learned through the original owner's memories that adult bamboo rats are about the size of large dogs from Blue Star, and this piece of meat was clearly the most tender part. It was probably meant to help the weakened original owner chew and digest better. It's all my fault for being useless, otherwise I wouldn't have let you be sick for so long. You've already done great. Such food is something I never even dared to dream of before. Don't be fooled by how brave Lin Jie acted just now. This was actually his first time catching prey. The talent tiers in the beast world are divided into red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and purple. Lin Jie was already slight of build and had a lowly blue tier talent. Put together, it really was a bit pathetic. After eating slowly and carefully, Lin Jie had already left. Only then did Xiaobai feel a sense of coming back to life. The warm feeling in her stomach quickly made the girl drowsy. The next day, upon opening her eyes, Lin Jie had been sitting on the fur for who knows how long. Xiaobai, don't be sad. I think your fertility value definitely won't be low. What are you babbling about? Xiaobai looked up in confusion, only to see the young man looking at her with a face full of shyness. Anyway, don't forget, you must choose me on the day of the coming of age ceremony. This was also one of the reasons the original owner committed suicide. In a few days, it will be The day for females to have their fertility assessed if a female is evaluated as having high fertility, she can not only freely choose a male from the tribe, can also have a large number of followers to support oneself. So Lin Jia was worried that Xiaobai's talent was too high. At that time, so many young and outstanding males in the clan will be lining up, and she, a mere blue tear, little waist, won't even get a turn. Don't think so much. They all say I'm a premature mixed fur rabbit, and I don't look like a good breeding female. They don't know shit. You shouldn't listen to those middle-aged females talking nonsense. Xiaobai never would have thought in his memory from the gentle Lin Jia can also have a fiery temper. You are the most beautiful and best female in the tribe, gentler and kinder than all females. You never looked down on me for my low talent. Saying this, the little male suddenly blushed. Actually, I don't care about being the first beast husband as long as you choose me. In this lifetime, I just want to stay by your side forever. Although the male's attitude was very sincere, but wait, what the hell is this first beast husband thing? It couldn't possibly be as explosive as he understood it, could it, having waited a long time without an answer from his beloved female. Lin Jia, holding his burning ears, finally fled in panic. The rabbit hunting tribe could barely be considered a medium-sized tribe because females with excellent fertility values often appeared there. The type tribe would occasionally take females for marriage alliances. Gradually, the rabbit hunting tribe also developed a medium-sized scale, and the females. The coming-of-age ceremony day is second only to the annual sacrificial ceremony. This year, there are over 3,000 males coming of age, while there are only 35 females. Among them, Xiao Bai is the least favored. The other females are often fed by males, but Xiao Bai only has Lin Jia, who doesn't dislike her. The little female from the Bai family is so loved by the children. I hope she doesn't also die during the coming-of-age ceremony. Xiao Bai doesn't care at all about the auntie's words, but Lin Jia won't allow anyone to bully Xiao Bai like this. Stop your yapping over there. Every female is a treasure bestowed upon the beastman by the beast god. I'm dying of laughter. Lin Jia, do you really think this little female can bear offspring? But with your trash tier talent, it serves you right for not being able to bear children. You deserve to have no descendants. Seeing this, Xiao Bai grabbed the raging Lin Jia. Fighting wastes a lot of energy. Wasting energy means wasting food. She had heard too much trash talk in the apocalypse. This level was practically nothing. However, she didn't notice that ever since the two of them held hands earlier, the male's ears had been bright red. More and more people gathered in the square, and finally, after a melodious horn sounded, the annual female coming-of-age ceremony officially began. The ceremony was presided over by an elderly tribal witch whose status in the tribe was almost equal to that of the chief. As the ceremony officially started, the witch began to touch the young females, especially focusing on their waists and buttocks. Mei Yang, with her superior fertility value after watching several females being assessed, Xiao Bai roughly understood the so-called fertility value. It was divided into 4 levels: lower, middle, upper, and superior. It was actually determined by the size of the pelvis. No wonder other males looked down on the original owner, especially since under years of hunger, this small frame really didn't have any advantage. Soon, the witch came to her. Xiao Bai thought that with that system's support, she should at least get an upper fertility value, right? However, after the old witch finished pinching her waist and hips, female of the Bai family lowest fertility value, before Xiao Bai and the waist bin could get angry, something even more embarrassing happened to her. According to tribal rules, after the ceremony, females could freely choose males. Males will also line up behind the females they fancy, letting them choose. But if a female has low fertility value and can't even gather the minimum of 3 suitors, then all that awaits her is the hellish female pit. That is a place for unmated males to vent. Although basic living needs are guaranteed there, few females can last a year, especially with Xiao Bai's thin, withered little frame. She might not even survive a month. Line up properly according to ancestral tradition. Single males aged 18 to 25 queue up consciously and wait for the females you fancy to choose. The first beast husband selected must protect the female and offspring. If any male is lazy or neglectful, he will be permanently stripped of his beast husband status. Now, please begin your selection. As soon as the clan leader finished speaking, a group of eager Males raised their arms and cheered behind the big-bottomed pretty sheep. The crowd was massive. Other females also had males following them. Among all the females, only behind Xiaobai was their alone figure. Xiaobai, don't be afraid. I will always stand firmly behind you. Lin Xia's words were forceful, but they brought Xiaobai no sense of security at all. Jia, come back. You alone can't support Xiaobai. Xiaobai didn't need to turn round to know it was Lin Xia's father's, but Lin Xia paid no attention. Instead, he turned a pleading gaze to his friend Yuan. Help me, let's take care of Xiaobai together. The rabbit beast named Yuan gave an awkward smile. Jia, you know Xiaobai's situation. With a body like hers, she is unable to bear offspring. I don't want to waste my only chance male. After being chosen as a beast husband, a brand is imprinted deep within the soul, and one can only remain loyal to their chosen female for life. The coming of age ceremony for females is now nearing its end. Besides Xiaobai, there is another female with only 2 males behind her. Lin Jia, choose me. After all, Xiaobai will end up in the female cave sooner or later. Although my fertility value is relatively low, my body is quite sturdy, at least clean, and easy to care for. You won't have to struggle so hard. Most females here are delicate, and what they eat and drink are much finer than what males have. Meanwhile, the mortality rate for males during has remained high, so some weaker beastmen can barely feed themselves. It's better to occasionally spend some food to vent in the female cave. Hearing this, Lin Jia firmly shook his head. I only want Xiaobai, no matter who else it is. I will not choose them. After the ceremony ended, the clan leader spoke earnestly. Xiaobai, get ready, move into the female cave before dusk. Today, Lin Jia immediately jumped out, pounding his chest and saying he could protect Xiaobai. But rules are rules. If a female is dissatisfied with the tribe's arrangements, then the only path left is to leave the tribe. Lin Jia, are you willing to go to the with me? In her memory, there are plenty of wild fruits in the to fill their stomachs. She managed to survive under the difficult conditions of the apocalypse. Here, with such lush vegetation, there's no reason they would starve. Outside the tribe, however, Lin Jia wore an expression as if he had seen a ghost. Xiaobai, do you know what you're saying? There are so many terrifying beasts in the forest. I can't even handle one by myself. Dare to leave the tribe? How could I possibly take you to live outside? Then I'll go by myself. Xiaobai finished speaking, turned around and left. Of course, she wasn't foolish. Saying this was deliberately meant to provoke Lingxia. Wait, let me think of a way first. The wilderness is full of poisonous snakes and fierce beasts. If you go out now, it's only a dead end. At this point, Lingxia's fear suddenly flushed red again. Actually, it's not impossible for you to go to the female cave. I will go to bring you food every day. You just have to refuse those. Lingxia's words didn't continue. Xiaobai also didn't know whether she should say it. Lingxia is naive, that kind of den of tigers and wolves. How could a small female like her possibly refuse? After the two briefly separated, Xiaobai then remembered. There is also a beginner's gift pack that allows you to claim a dagger and a body forging potion, as well as a guaranteed 100% pregnancy childbirth pill. One childbirth pill can ensure pregnancy and a pain-free gestation period. As for things like spatial backpacks, those will have to wait until after giving birth to unlock. The higher the talent of the offspring, the richer the rewards will be. Xiaobai's eyes grew brighter the more she listened. Since pregnancy and childbirth wouldn't affect her, didn't that mean she could, as before, establish her own dynasty in this beast world? As Xiaobai raised her head and drank the body forging potion, a wave of warmth instantly spread throughout her entire body. The weakness from earlier quickly dissipated, and at the same time, some filthy sweat and other impurities were secreted. When Lingxia came over again, Xiaobai immediately proposed going to the river to bathe. Actually, hygiene was just one reason, since she had already made the decision to accept the system. Then taking down Lingxia today was also imperative. Lingxia, are you willing to become my first beast husband? This was the first time Xiaobai had been so proactive. Lingxia felt her whole body go weak and tingly. Of course I am willing. You know, my wish since childhood has been to be with you. Then promise me, come live with me in the forest for a month. Hearing this, Lingxia showed a troubled expression. It wasn't that she was unwilling to elope with Xiaobai, but she knew her own limitations in the wilderness. She simply couldn't protect Xiaobai's safety and might instead cause them both to lose their lives. In the wild, we'll only go a little outside the tribe's perimeter, I believe. Trust me, soon I will be pregnant and give birth to a little one that belongs to both of us. Lingsha had never tasted such sweet words before. In a daze, she believed Xiaobai's nonsense. Of course, Xiaobai had also thought about other males, but the more talented a beastman is, the more arrogant they are not to mention her lowest tier fertility value. Just this dry and flat little body of hers, which outstanding male would be interested. The two of them kept walking until they reached a stream side. This river was the only water source for the rabbit beast tribe during the day. With people coming and going, it wasn't considered remote. There were middle-aged males spearfishing and some females with their beast husbands boldly striving for the tribe's reproduction in the stream water, and some newly formed beastmen families doing things that even made Xiaobai feel it was eye-burning. Down the river, the traces of beastmen gradually disappeared. Xiaobai, tired from walking, jumped onto Lingsha's back. Jia, isn't it hard for you to find food for me every day? The original owner never cared about the source of food, nor had she ever spoken any caring words to Lingsha, so much so that Xiaobai's normal concern actually made Lingsha's eyes slightly redden. It's not hard. I said I wouldn't let you go hungry. You won't dislike me for not being able to give you meat, will you, Jia? You're already trying very hard. Xiaobai can eat or not eat meat. It's just that the next month will be even harder for us. But believe me, our future life will definitely be radiant. As she spoke, she even nuzzled against the blushing male. Of course, Erduo knew that Lingsha liked the original owner. Not her, but she now had to make good use of these feelings. Love is what makes Lingsha willingly give. From the moment she decided to have a child, she said to Lingsha, everything said and done was deliberate. One could say it's manipulation or playing with the rabbit beast's pregnancy cycle. It's only 3 months. Pregnancy can be diagnosed by the shrine maiden after just 1 month. By then, as long as she returns to the tribe with a bulging belly, she will absolutely become the tribe's new favorite. Since those people all claim she can't get pregnant, then she'll just have several litters of cubs and slap their faces hard. Lingsha didn't notice Xiaobai's change at all. By now, her heart was already bubbling with delight, and the silly grin on her face never stopped from the very beginning. After confirming no one was around, Xiaobai impatiently jumped into the water. Thanks to the improvements from the body tempering pill, she wasn't worried about getting sick from it until her whole body rubbing up and down until it turned red. Xiaobai then took the clean animal hide prepared by Lingsha, waiting for her to tidy up before looking up again. Lingsha's face had long been flushed crimson. You should go take a bath too. I don't want to sleep with a stinky Ajia. After the male took off his clothes, Xiaobai felt a pang of heartache for Lingsha, who was just as withered and thin as her, yet had stubbornly managed to care for the original owner all these years on her own, even prioritizing exchanging hunted food for tender meat for her. Moreover, just now, she had carried Xiaobai for a long time without complaining of tiredness. Xiaobai, who had originally been somewhat conflicted about having babies, finally let go of all her reservations at this moment. However, after waiting anxiously for a long time, there was still no movement from Lingsha's side. Turning to look, Xiaobai couldn't help but chuckle. It turned out Lingsha was there clutching the animal hide at a complete loss, his face flushed a purplish red. Seeing this, Xiaobai also shed her reserve, embracing the youth and first enjoying a long kiss. You said you would be my first beast husband. It's too late to back out now. Warm breath sprayed by her ear, and Lingsha's ears were again teased by Xiaobai until they were bright red. An hour later, Xiaobai secretly took out and swallowed the fertility pill. Even now, Xiaobai still felt somewhat as if in a dream. It was only the second day since arriving in the beast world, yet not only had she found herself a partner, but in 3 months she would also give birth to a litter of little rabbit kits. Most females in the beast world can only give birth to 1 or 2 at a time. The more powerful the male's innate talent, the more the conception of offspring becomes. But as long as successful reproduction is achieved with a female of high fertility value, without exception, they are all the family of the original owner, who gave birth to extremely good cubs. Was just like that, except the whole family, in order to take care of her as a premature baby, all died one after another. On the way out hunting, Xiaobai could sense that the original owner held resentment. She hated her own soft weakness and incompetence, and also hated those tribes people who mocked and looked down on her every day. Don't worry, I will live well for you. I will keep giving birth to litter after litter of cubs, letting those beastmen who once looked down on you know that your family did not sacrifice themselves for you in vain, making them regret their contempt and arrogance. After saying these words, a sudden, roaring sound exploded in her mind and an unprecedented sense of relief spread throughout her body. Xiaobai knew that was the original owner's remnant soul completely dissipating. After finishing, the two returned to the tribe once more. Lingshi's side was definitely not an option to go back to. Fortunately, White Father had left quite a few things for Xiaobai before his death. Those tools were enough for the daily use of two people. However, just as the two were preparing to leave, Lingshi's father, unnoticed, blocked the path. Jia, after sending Xiaobai to the female cave, come back early. I still have matters to clarify with you. Seeing the two with large and small bundles, Ling's father thought Lingsha was sending Xiaobai to the female cave. Xiaobai, don't blame Uncle Ling either. I watched you grow up and know you are a good child, but you should also know that Lingsha's talent is too low. She can barely support herself, and relying on her alone, she cannot support you. Besides, all 6 of your father and brothers were killed by you. If you have a conscience, don't drag her down anymore. Lingsha was greatly shocked, and just as she wanted to explain, she was stopped by Xiaobai. Uncle Ling is right. Just let Ajia see me off for the last leg. It will also settle the many years of neighborly affection between us. Only then did Father Ling, relieved, he revealed the hand that had been hidden behind his back all along. It turned out he was still holding about 2 pounds of dried meat. This piece of dried meat counts as this is Lingshu's farewell gift to you. If you're lucky enough to get pregnant in the female cave, then you'll be able to leave from inside. They moved out. How could Father Ling know the young girl before him, though she seemed obedient, had long since his son secretly swept away? The feeling of entering the forest was completely different from before. Just as Lingsha said, here the roots were intertwined and gnarled. Ancient trees blocked out the sky. In this, Xiaobai found even walking extremely difficult, and they had to be constantly vigilant against poisonous insects and wild beasts. Just like this, stumbling along the way as evening approached, they still hadn't found a suitable cave. During this time, the two also encountered a large toad covered in festering sores, thanks to Xiao by having the dagger gifted by the system. Otherwise the two would have just come out only to perish. Taking advantage of the sky not yet being completely dark, Lingsha transformed back into her original form and dug a small hole in the mountain wall. 2 rabbits. Just like that, they spent the first night nestled together. This type of earthen Kang Xiaobai was certainly not sleeping on for the first time, but it had become furry. The fluffies were actually quite fun. Early the next morning, a determined Lingsha promised to raise Xiaobai to be plump and healthy. But as the morning passed, she only managed to steal 2 eggs. However, when he returned and saw what was before him, his eyes widened in disbelief. Xiaobai had actually lit a fire in front of the cave. In the tribe, fire could only be taken from heavenly fire and required special care to keep it burning continuously. Now, without any source of fire, his little female had actually created fire out of thin air. Xiaobai calmly stated it was basic skill, no need to fuss. With a dagger and natural flint, striking them together produced sparks. Lingjia was so startled, she jumped to meters high. It was heavenly fire. Xiaobai, you actually summon heavenly fire? Beast, God above, could it be that Xiaobai is a goddess descended? Xiaobai glared irritably at this silly Lingjia. No matter who I am your current partner now. She couldn't explain the dagger's origin, so it was better to just let him imagine some mystical explanation. Speaking of the 2 bird eggs the silly rabbit brought back, they were simply larger than ostrich eggs on Blue Star. Now that they had open flame, of course they couldn't continue eating raw meat. Beast folk generally die early, and eating raw food is a major reason. Without tools, roasting was the only option from nearby. She gathered some non-toxic leaves, then wrapped the bird eggs thickly with mud. While roasting the eggs, she had to constantly observe the surroundings. Although there were no large animal droppings around, even some small insects could poison a beast person. Lingjia, after fetching water, returned and looked curiously at the campfire. Xiaobai's class is in session again. These are the bird eggs you brought back. Directly roasting them over open flame would definitely make them explode, so you Must wrap them in mud and roast them slowly under the campfire embers to eat. After tasting the roasted egg, Ling Xia's eyes shone frighteningly bright. So, bird eggs could actually be this delicious. How come he never thought of it before? Hearing that it was roasted over a bonfire to eat, Xiaobai gave a sweet smile and handed half of the egg yolk inside to Ling Xia. This is the most fragrant part. Eat it quickly. After wolfing down the nutritious and delicious roasted egg yolk along with the bird egg, Ling Xia licked his lips somewhat unsatisfied. There are still 5 eggs in the tree. If I had known earlier, I would have taken the whole nest. Xiaobai shook her head, her face serious. That's not good. We must leave a few eggs for the mother bird, so it won't desperately fight you, the egg thief, to the death. After having their fill of food and water, the two continued on their way. Finally, when Xiaobai was panting and out of breath, they managed to find a very well-hidden cave for the next month. This would be their temporary dwelling. After resting for a while, the two started bustling about again. Xiaobai was responsible for collecting dry firewood nearby, while Ling Xia was responsible for gathering insect repelling herbs. Xiaobai, you rest a bit, leave the remaining tasks for me to do. On this trip, Ling Xia had noticed a problem. That little female seemed different from other females. She was too diligent, which made him, a male, feel rather lacking in a sense of achievement. Not long after, a clean cave was tidied up. A complete animal hide was spread over the dry grass, and insect-repelling medicine brought from the tribe was sprinkled at the cave entrance. Xiaobai nodded in satisfaction. Although Ling Xia's abilities weren't much, he was honest and also considerate and attentive, being carefully looked after by someone like this made her, who had always been independent, the ever-powerful Xiaobai, felt quite novel and lazily lay on the thick animal hide. Ling Xia immediately covered her with a fluffy, warm blanket. Over the years, her cold and numb heart seemed to have something warm slowly flowing through. She had only planned to take a light nap, but who knew she would sleep straight until evening. Ling Xia was nearby tearing at the dried meat given by Father Lin. Xiaobai, sleep a little longer. I'll call you when the food is ready. No, I want to help you set up our new home together. Not sure which sentence struck Ling Xia, but until mealtime that silly face of his wore a sweet smile. Ling Xia, I want to drink boiled hot water. Xiaobai wondered if this counted as having every request answered. She had just finished speaking when Ling Xia dropped the food and went to select stones. There were many stones of all sizes inside the cave, most of which could serve as furniture for placing items. Choosing one of suitable size, Ling Xia turned back into a rabbit and began grinding away at the middle of the stone. Being pregnant, of course she could no longer drink raw water, and tomorrow she could also pick some wild vegetables. Wild vegetable meat soup would both warm the stomach and fill it up, of course. It would be even better if they came across a small animal. Xiaobai, I plan to hunt a bit farther away tomorrow and might return a little late. Don't go too far. I'll worry about your safety. Her words came from the heart. After all, if anything happened to such a big rookie, she couldn't possibly survive alone in the forest. Who would have thought that? When their eyes met, Ling Xia's originally calm pupils suddenly flickered with a red light. Xiaobai thought to himself, oh no, this rabbit isn't falling for me again, is it? Looks like a fight tonight is unavoidable. The next morning, Xiaobai rubbed her sore, aching lower back. Ling Xia had already left for a while. She first checked that the food was still in its place, and only then did she slowly let out a sigh of relief. Admittedly, Ling Xia's actions over the past 2 days had been impeccable, and his sincere affection had genuinely made her feel warmth, but this was far from enough to move Xiaobai's heart. In the apocalypse, Xiaobai had long experienced the baseness of human nature. One's true character is only exposed without fail in desperate situations. She needed to ensure her own safety in those moments, even if it meant resorting to any means necessary. This was the law of survival in the apocalypse. After eating a few fruits, Xiaobai didn't idle around either. She picked up her dagger and began searching the area around the cave in the beast world. Most plants are highly toxic, so if it's not a familiar wild area, Xiaobai wouldn't dare to bring them home recklessly. As soon as she set off, just as Ling Xia had said, the forest was indeed full of danger. She hadn't walked more than a few steps before she encountered a 2-meter long anaconda. Its triangular head was undoubtedly telling Xiaobai that this was an extremely venomous, super spicy strip. Even though Xiaobai was quite experienced in dealing with venomous snakes, after Slaying it, she was so exhausted she collapsed to the ground. It seemed this body needed more training in the future. If she had been bitten today, she would have had no choice but to find a shady spot to lie down properly, otherwise the corpse would soon rot and stink. Snakes don't have much blood, and their meat is extremely tender, so this risky hunt was definitely worth it. The only drawback was the lack of salt. Dragging the 2-meter-long giant back to the cave, Xiaobai was almost completely drained. All strength has been exhausted. The remaining matters can only be left for Lingjie to handle, plus the plant that was just picked, which is suspected to be sweet potato. High-quality carbs plus high-quality protein with some wild vegetables as vitamins, simply perfect. At noon, Lingjie returned in high spirits, carrying a cut piece of meat. Xiaobai, I hunted a wild rat today. We'll have meat to eat for the next few days. You come in quickly. I killed a snake at our doorstep today, just waiting for you to come back to handle the hide. Lingjie was so scared she dropped the meat aside, hurriedly circling around. Xiaobai left 3 times. Right, 3 times. Are you hurt? Most snakes contain deadly poison. No, I've already dragged the snake body back into the cave. However, when Lingjie saw that giant python, she again drifted like a gust of wind around Xiaobai in circles. She would lift the animal hide to look at its belly, then pick up its 2 little legs to examine them left and right. Xiaobai simply gave up struggling. She wouldn't rest easy until she had a thorough look. However, after the inspection, Lingjie became even more bewildered. That was a blue tear venomous snake, something she herself would have to avoid if she saw it. Have you forgotten, Jia? I do have divine weapons, you know. Xiaobai waved the dagger in her hand, but Xia's mind was a complete mess throughout the entire beast world continent. From ancient times to the present, females have always been weak and in need of protection, not to mention a blue-tier venomous snake, even the lowest tier purple-tier small animals are creatures that can casually hunt and kill females. What Xiaobai had done these past few days truly overturned everything she had known since childhood, yet her loss of composure annoyed Xiaobai somewhat. Jia, in your heart, are all females incompetent? I don't think females are incompetent. Females are very useful, they can bear offspring, but Lingjie, but for a long time, she couldn't articulate a proper reason. Seeing her so flustered, Xiaobai's anger mostly dissipated. Are you trying to say that males and females each have their roles, but females' frail bodies aren't suited for hunting, so the fact that I could hunt and kill a blue-tier wild beast is what shocked you so much, what you find hard to believe, right? Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Xiaobai. I've never seen such a terrifying wound before. That weapon of yours is simply a divine blade. That was a blue-tier beast. Something even blue-tier beastmen wouldn't dare to hunt head on. Xiaobai now understood Lingxia's shock. The two of them, their cognitions simply aren't on the same wavelength. Lingjie pondered for a long time, finally attributing it to the descent of a goddess. Xiaobai, no matter who you are, I will forever follow and protect you. Xiaobai didn't take these words seriously at all. As long as she wasn't regarded as a monster, anything was fine. During dinner, the two returned to chatting and laughing. The knowledge Lingjie shared was also very interesting. For example, the rabbit beast tribe rarely hunted large prey unless aided by the neighboring hound tribe. The most powerful in the rabbit beast tribe were only at the yellow rank. The hound tribe not only had larger builds but also stronger innate talents. The two lived like this for over 20 days. On this day, while resting, Xiaobai suddenly moved. Jia, I'm pregnant. Lingjie instantly froze in place. Ever since coming to the cave, she had worked hard every day. Although she completely didn't believe Xiaobai could get pregnant, she still tirelessly toiled daily, but truly hearing Xiaobai say she was pregnant, she could hardly believe her own ears. Xiaobai looked helplessly at this silly rabbit. Jia, come here, get closer to me, feel it for yourself. A warm, large hand covered her lower abdomen. After a full 2 minutes, she finally felt that faint, almost imperceptible flutter in her palm. It's actually true. Xiaobai, you're really pregnant? Xiaobai's face darkened on the spot. Would I lie to you? In a few days when we return to the tribe, the shamaness will know with just one touch. Lingjie stared intently at Xiaobai's eyes, her expression gradually shifting from tension to excited, ecstatic joy. Then the male rabbit jumped to meters high, nearly hitting on the cave wall. Blessed by the beast god, Xiaobai is pregnant. I, Lingjie, am going to be a father. I am about to have my own child. My beloved female and I are going to have offspring. Ling Jie cheered as he rushed outside the cave. Xiaobai only then felt the joy of pregnancy. It was the most genuine joy felt from Ling Jie, but the cheering outside grew farther and farther away. Ling Jie didn't return for a long time. Xiaobai felt speechless inside. Outside now, it was still raining heavily. Could this guy be so excited he lost his way? To her surprise, not long after Ling Jie actually came back carrying a golden-haired creature. When Xiaobai had spoken with her before, she heard this was a beastman of the Hound clan. The big dog's abdomen had a very serious wound, as if bitten by some large beast. Seeing this, Xiaobai couldn't help but worry. What if that beast hadn't left yet? Wouldn't she and that little bunny in her belly be in danger? Ling Jie examined the wound while explaining, this is a brother from the Hound tribe. Our two tribes have always been on good terms. We can't leave him to die. After saying this, she hurriedly ran out of the cave again, muttering about going to help the dog brother find some herbs. Only quiet breathing remained in the cave. Xiaobai didn't dare get too close. Who knew if the severely injured golden-haired one would suddenly attack and hurt someone? Did you save me? At some point, the golden-haired one actually opened his eyes. First tell me how you were injured. Are there still pursuers outside? Xiaobai didn't care about anything else. She only cares about her own and her cub's safety now. After seeing the golden retriever shake its head, Xiaobai then explained that it was her own partner who saved him. Ling Jie also ran back. As soon as she entered the cave, she saw Jin Mao lifting his head. You're not dead, so there should still be hope. She quickly chewed the gathered herbs and then evenly spread them over Jin Mao's wounds. The rough bandaging made Xiaobai frown, yet miraculously after the herbs were applied, the wounds actually stopped bleeding. Thank you both, benefactors of the rabbit tribe. I am Qin Zhuan of the Hound tribe. Jin Mao was injured while out hunting with the tribe. If he hadn't been brought over by Ling Jie just now, he might have already met the beast god in person by now. With worries set aside, Xiaobai didn't stay idle either, skillfully adding firewood to the campfire in one smooth motion, which actually made Jin Mao's eyes light up. What a capable. Upon hearing that, Ling Jie proudly straightened her spine. Of course, my Bai Bao Bao is the most amazing female. The naive Ling Jie didn't notice, but Xiaobai didn't slack off in the slightest. First, she saw that after Xiaobai started the fire, he didn't. There's a startle and a shock, which indicates that the golden-haired one's status is absolutely extraordinary. Then, through conversation, it's learned that the golden-haired one is already 25 this year. In the tribe, he's considered a single old bachelor. This time he came out to hunt for a betrothal gift. I heard the rabbit tribe has produced another high-quality female this year. As she spoke, she intentionally or unintentionally glanced at Xiaobai. A precious female like you. Why would the tribe allow you to live outside? My fertility is the lowest grade according to the clan rules. I was supposed to be sent to the female cave. I didn't want to be used as a tool, so I asked Ling Jie to take me out to live. But we've already decided to go back because I'm pregnant. Now, the golden-haired classmate was very calm before, until those two most enchanting words appeared. His gaze swept over Xiaobai's abdomen again and again. He simply couldn't believe it. That terrible rabbit tribe leader, how could he bear to let a precious female wander outside, especially since this female is pregnant? Ling Jie, on the other hand, was somewhat carefree. It's good timing. We'll go back to the tribe together. Let the witch see how your injury is healing, then I'll go back with you. The golden-haired one could actually go directly home. But at the thought of such a precious female wandering outside, he still decided to make the extra trip to avoid any accidents. But soon a new problem arose. Xiaobai and the others originally only needed to hunt food for 2 people. Now, with the addition of the big eater, golden-haired one, they immediately fell into a food crisis again. But when Golden Hair saw Xiaobai also going out to hunt, that was even more shocking than hearing a pregnant female was in the wild. Bro, a female hunting for you? Golden Hair even cracked his voice a bit. Ling Jie felt somewhat ashamed by the doubt. My skills are too poor. Xiaobai is also my hunting partner. What Ling Jie didn't see was the envying Golden Hair's eyes. Such an independent and unique little female. You probably couldn't find a second one in the entire beast world, right? Xiaobai, I'm sorry, I didn't. There's no meaning of looking down on you. I really envy Ajia. for being able to be your beast husband. Ajia, I'm also sorry, I just was too shocked. I didn't mean to make fun of you. You also know how enviable a female like Xiaobai is. What neither of them noticed was that Xiaobai secretly withdrew the dagger she had been holding in her palm. Just now, when the golden-haired one was startled and jumpy, she had already thought of killing. If it's someone who looks down on them, disappearing without a trace is the best arrangement. Fortunately, the other party's attitude was still sincere. In the following days, Qin Zhuan felt like every day was a year in the eyes of every male beastman. Protecting females is both instinct and destiny. Now he was actually lying down, letting the female go out to hunt and take care of little. I can eat less with you exercising so much. Will the babies in your belly be affected? The golden-haired one looked full of worry. Anyone who didn't know would think he was the baby's father. The selected tribe truly lived up to the name of a battle beast tribe. After a few days, the wounds had actually recovered about 70 or 80%. Once on the ground, Qin Zhuan let out an angry roar. Finally, he didn't have to be taken care of by the little female anymore. In the following days, Xiaobai lived very comfortably apart from teaching them some hunting skills every night. During the day, she only needed to lie in the cave and rest peacefully. For her pregnancy, Qin Zhuan was responsible for hunting outside, and Lin Jia was responsible for cooking and taking care of Xiaobai. Speaking of which, although Qin Zhuan's talent wasn't top-notch, it was still considered outstanding among the tribe. It's just that he was once slandered by a female because he rejected her. The news gradually spread within that clan that Qin Zhuan had a hidden ailment in that aspect, and the females who had previously been interested withdrew their thoughts. And Qin Zhuan never wished to explain. He always felt those females weren't what he wanted. He didn't want to share his female with any male. However, after a few days of contact, he found himself somewhat jealous of Lin Jia. That was the lowest-ranking rabbit clan male who could barely even support himself. How could he alone possess such a unique female? Of course, Xiaobai wasn't as simple as Lin Jia. She could tell that these past few days, Qin Zhuan had been somewhat competitive, seemingly deliberately displaying the sense of security that only excellent males possess. But she said nothing. If Qin Zhuan put in a bit more effort, the foolish Lin Jia could also enjoy a bit more happiness, right? It's just that for some reason, Qin Zhuan seemed unwilling to reveal his human form. However, the peaceful days did not last long that day. As soon as Qin Zhuan left the cave, he immediately entered combat mode. Not good. It was the scent of gray wolves. Then he circled around the outside of the cave and sure enough found gray wolf droppings under a tree. Gray wolves could be said to be the most troublesome animals nearby, apart from possessing strength ranging from cyan to green tier. Their pack-living habits were what people feared most. Fortunately, only one had come this time. Jia, run quickly, take Xiaobai and flee back to the tribe. I'll hold them off. Qin Zhuan's injuries weren't fully healed, but as a combat-type male with stronger fighting power, protecting females was almost ingrained in their genes. During the frantic escape, Xiaobai glanced back. That was a gray wolf standing a full 3 meters tall. It's chilling. Killing intent making Xiaobai's heart race uncontrollably. Lin Jia stared. In the light, there was even a flash of determination, although she didn't know what a yellow rank talent represented. The injured Qin Zhuan was willing to. Definitely not a match for the gray wolf. If Qin Zhuan is defeated, she and Xiaobai would have absolutely no chance of survival. Xiaobai, you go first. I'll go with Qin Zhuan to block the gray wolf. Xiaobai tried to grab but couldn't catch her, watching that small figure charge forward like a fearless cannon fodder before a giant. Xiaobai was very lucky. Not long after leaving, she encountered several tribesmen likely planning to go hunting together. Help, my partner is under attack by a gray wolfie. I beg you, please go quickly to help and rescue. Beastmen all have a very magical ability. When everyone is in human form, they can instantly recognize each other's race. Though shocked that their own female was wandering outside with rabbit lives at stake, the male did not delay in the slightest. Yet what Xiaobai least wanted to see still happened when she stumbled back to the battlefield. A golden-haired one was locked in a life-and-death battle with a gray wolf. That careful, kind Lin Jia, whose eyes were always full of her, was now lying quietly on the ground, the gray fur at his neck already stained red. Xiaobai stood in the distance, not daring to approach. How could this be? She had already tried her absolute best to save him, so why was Lin Jie still dead? Gently, she took small, hurried steps to Lin Jie's side. Ajia, you're so foolish. You clearly didn't have to die. You clearly didn't have to fight. So desperately, Xiaobai's voice was indistinguishable between crying and laughing, her eyes hollow as if devoid of any life. On the other side, with the help, the Grey Wolf was quickly killed by the group. Qin Zhuan staggered over to Xiaobai. Xiaobai, I'm sorry, I didn't protect Lin Jie. After saying this, he collapsed headlong to the ground. The tribe's people had long grown accustomed to life and death. Several people chatted and laughed as they divided the tasks. Two people were responsible for carrying Qin Zhuan, two for carrying the Grey Wolf. No one even spared a glance at Lin Jie's corpse. Before, Xiaobai thought she was the same. Cold indifference had long since numbed her to heartlessness, but looking at that small, thin gray form, her heart felt as if it were being torn apart again and again. After planting a deep kiss on Lin Jie's furry face, Xiaobai, with great effort, picked up Lin Jie, worried her own strength was too little to carry him. She even specially found 2 animal hides to tie him securely. Before they even got close to the tribe, the heated discussions of the tribe's people could be heard from afar. Look, isn't that by families? Female, I saw that ugly thing once during the coming of age ceremony. Didn't she run off with Lin Jie? She must have come back because she couldn't survive outside. Xiaobai, I even considered you my junior. How could you deceive my Ajia? However, before Father Lin could finish speaking, his gaze fixed dead on Xiaobai's arms. No, this can't be true. Before leaving home today, he had felt uneasy in his heart. He never expected that just after stepping out, he would witness the scene of white-haired sending off black-haired. You're a real bastard. You killed my Ajia, you beast. How dare you have the face to come back? As he spoke, he raised a palm to strike fiercely with a stance, showing absolutely no restraint. I am pregnant. It's Lin Jie's, almost a month now. Xiaobai spoke extremely fast. Father Lin was stunned for a moment, then snatched his son's body from Xiaobai's arms. A pregnant female holds an extremely revered status in the tribe. Even if it's just one pregnancy, she would be protected by all the males. If you dare lie to me, I will definitely not let you live. That's right, Xiaobai, don't lie just to evade responsibility. Lin Jie died protecting you, which isn't a huge deal. Males are supposed to protect females with their lives anyway, but if you lie about being pregnant, that would be deceiving the entire tribe. The consequence then wouldn't be as simple as being beaten to death. After all, Xiaobai's fertility value is, at that time, everyone saw it clearly. With such a low fertility value, she could still get pregnant. Could it be that this by family female was so desperate to conceive that she developed a delusion? Sick, right? Xiaobai remained expressionless from start to finish amidst the clamorous shouts of a few arrogant females. Lin Jie's bones weren't even cold yet. She really wasn't in the mood to argue with these people over this. As long as she saw the witch, whether she had lied or not would become clear. On the way, Xiaobai encountered a few more people pointing but she didn't even look at them. Her mood was extremely bad now, and she no longer wanted to repeatedly listen to this nagging talk. The witch's room was very large. A young girl was squatting in front of the stove controlling the heat. Presumably, this was the medicinal herb the witch was brewing for Qin Zhuan. After Xiaobai lay down on the bed, the witch's withered hand pressed back and forth on her abdomen. Although her strength was great, strangely, Xiaobai didn't feel any. Not feeling the pain gradually, the witch's tightly furrowed brows began to relax, then turned from confusion into wild joy. Congratulations, clan leader. Xiaobai has quite a few cubs in her belly. Our rabbit clan is about to welcome new additions. Hearing this, the clan leader smiled, his face covered in wrinkles. Good, Xiaobai, you really are a qualified female, just reaching adulthood and already pregnant. The blessings you'll enjoy in the future are probably endless. Then, as if thinking of something, he suddenly paused. Are you sure the cubs are Lin Jie's? A bit of a pity his talent was too low. As she spoke, she unintentionally glanced at the unconscious Qin Zhuan. You 3 were discovered together. Is there a possibility that the cubs are actually Lin Jie's? This is Qin Zhuan from the Golden Dog clan. We only encountered him later. The clan leader sighed almost imperceptibly. Your situation is special now. The female cave is definitely not suitable for you anymore, but you Have no family or male to take care of you. I'll take care of Xiao Bai. Qin Zhuan had woken up at some point, though his voice was clearly still weak. That's great, Bai. I will rearrange a cave for you. The previous one was too small, not suitable for nurturing a pregnancy, and Xiao Bai, you really are a very good little female. Xiao Bai did not look down on the clan leaders' change in attitude because human nature is the same everywhere. The clan leader's earlier words were actually deliberately said for Qin Zhuan's benefit. He could clearly have had a male from the same clan take care of her, but he did not do so. Lin Xia's body is not yet cold, and the clan leader is already rushing to arrange a new beast husband for her, and still a foreign beast husband, so what he seeks is not merely Qin Zhuan's talent. She understands, but she couldn't refuse. The status of females seems high, but in reality, they are nothing more than caged birds raised in captivity. Before her wings are fully grown, she would never conflict with the highest ruler of the clan. Xiao Bai, I know you don't want to see me now, but Jia, he has. Anyway, please, for the sake of the cub in your belly, let me take care of you temporarily. For a while, if you find another partner to care for you in the future, I will leave on my own initiative. Over the past few days, she had long discovered her own feelings. It wasn't entirely out of jealousy towards Jia, but rather because of Xiao Bai's unique personal charm. She has character, she has her own opinions, she is different from all the females she has ever met. That kind of itching feeling would make her unconsciously want to get closer, but no matter how much she liked Xiao Bai, now that Lin Jia had just died, she only genuinely wanted to fulfill a responsibility for Lin Jia. However, Xiao Bai didn't have much feeling for the big golden retriever. Mainly, this guy had always shown himself as a dog. She couldn't possibly develop feelings for a golden retriever. Moreover, it was also related to Lin Xia's death. Not resenting it was already quite good, but after pondering for a moment, she still nodded in agreement because she simply had no choice. Priestess, I want to engrave Lin Xia's beast mark into my body. Even though she is now dead, she is still my first beast husband, the father of my unborn cub. You must think carefully if you reserve the position of the first beast husband. Even if you have already given birth to cubs, there will still be plenty of males pursuing you. Then you could choose one with good talent. My mind is made up, priestess. There's no need to say more. After this day, the Bai family female became completely famous in the tribe. Among the 35 females who came of age together, she was identified as the one with the lowest fertility value, yet she was the first among these females to become pregnant. But because of this uniqueness, Xiao Bai still attracted an unwarranted disaster. On this day, Xiao Bai was basking in the sun outside the cave when several females woke up and immediately started making sarcastic remarks. Isn't this the Bai family's useless female? I heard you're pregnant with just the lowest fertility value. You're quite lucky. These people were once the objects of the original owner's envy. They all have their own males providing food and care because they're pregnant. So what, are you here to ask for advice? Wang Yuer's face turned red upon hearing this. What a joke. We're just taking a walk and passing by. A top tier fertility value. Need to ask a lowliest like you for what? Since you're not here to seek advice, then why are you still lingering here? Blabbering, didn't you say you were just passing by? Useless female. What are you so proud of? It's just that you're pregnant with a lowly male's child. Giving birth to it would just be a waste of food. Xiao Bai is really impatient. Originally, Lin Xia's death had already put her in a bad mood. Enough, no more nonsense. If you have the energy to keep shouting here, you might as well go home and study more with your own beast husband. Wang Yuer has been pampered since childhood. Wherever she goes, people treat her with respect. Such rudeness from Xiao Bai is something she has never encountered before since the golden-haired one hasn't fully recovered. Yet, the clan leader first arranged for a male from the same clan to take care of Xiao Bai. Wei Lai saw that Wang Yuer was about to hit someone and quickly stepped forward to block in front of Xiao Bai. In that tribe, if small conflicts occur between females, males cannot directly intervene. Wang Yuer indeed didn't go easy on Wei Lai either, with a crisp slap landing on the male's face. But before Wang Yuer could even utter a harsh word, Xiao Bai's slap immediately followed and landed on her face. Since when has Wang Yuer ever suffered such humiliation? You little waste, I'll fight you to the death. With that, she bared her claws and teeth, ready to charge over. Seeing this, Wei Lai firmly blocked Wang Yuer. Wang Yuer was driven to a point of furious humiliation. Future, I warn you, if you don't let go of me right now, I will definitely have my Ah Yang beat you to death. Wang Yuer, the first beast husband, is Ah Yang, one of the few in the tribe with yellow tear talent. However, before Future could even open her mouth to dissuade him, a tremendous force directly kicked her flying out. Future, are you looking to die? You actually dare to grab my female's hand? Xiaobai didn't want the farce to continue, so she stepped forward and coldly stared at Wang Yuer. Stop making trouble, otherwise neither of our sides will be able to handle the consequences. Hearing this, Wang Yuer looked at Xiaobai's belly. No matter how tsundere a female is, she wouldn't be so heartless towards a baby sister. Ayu, let's go quickly. If Xiaobai starts complaining of a stomachache later, the clan leader definitely won't let us off. Can't afford to mess with this, can't afford it. The other females nearby, not wanting to miss out on the drama, chimed in one after another, sarcastically urging her on. Originally, Wang Yuer was about to back down, but with a few people fanning the flames like this, she refused to give in. Bullshit. I think the clan leader values me more, or her. After saying that, she kicked towards Xiaobai. However, what no one expected was, before anyone could even see what happened, they only heard a asterisk bang asterisk. Wang Yuer, who was just moments ago incredibly arrogant, was now lying stiffly on the ground. Ah Yang, save me, my stomach hurts so much. Hearing this, everyone moved closer to look. Wang Yuer's body was already covered in red water underneath. Ah Yang stood there completely stunned, so his female was also pregnant. Then a roar echoed through the valley. Damn Xiaobai, I'll make you die a horrible death. Future once again bravely charged forward. Ah Yang, don't you be impulsive, your female might not really have lost the child. You should send her first. But the angry male had long lost his reason. With hatred he threw a punch, and the Future was already more inhale than exhale. As for Xiao, by being there the moment she saw Wang Yuer's situation below, she had already slipped away with oil under her feet. But with Wang Ji's strength, how could she run away in less than 2 minutes? The male's furious roar sounded behind her again, just as Xiaobai was about to lose her life. A golden figure timely blocked the attack. For her, it was Qin Zhuan. Coincidentally, this time, it wasn't just Qin Zhuan who came, but also several Golden Dog clansmen who came to deliver a message. Although Wang Yang was quickly subdued, he still glared at Xiaobai with bloodshot eyes. I will kill you. I will definitely kill you. You must know, reproducing offspring is the ultimate goal of beastmen, and how difficult it is to have cubs is well known to everyone. In the end, it was the clan leader who stepped forward to control the situation. You're called Xiaobai, right? I'm Qin Zhu, Qin Zhuan's younger brother. Today I really opened my eyes. My brother is usually steady and tolerant. I've never seen my brother act so impulsively before. Xiaobai's eyes looked at Qin Zhu with complexity. Qin Zhu is such a dull, honest beast. How could he have a flashy younger brother like a fox? A moment later, Ah Yang, who was just like a raging beast, was now wailing so hard it could move heaven and earth. Clan leader, it's that by family female. She killed my poor, unborn cub. How laughable. Was I the one who charged into someone else's house and beat people up? If he hadn't hit me, why would I have fought back? I didn't even know she was already pregnant with a baby. Xiaobai harming the pregnant females baby is a fact, and Ah Yang impulsively injuring the female is also a fact. Both of you should be severely punished. Of course, the clan leader knows that Wang Yuer was the one who came to provoke, but these details are unimportant. What matters is that Xiaobai, with her inferior fertility, isn't even worth a single finger of a female with superior fertility. Originally, she received some preferential treatment because Xiaobai was pregnant, but now it seems everyone was right. This Xiaobai is a jinx, and an outstanding young male. Wei Lai also died. Xiaobai, you must remember, whether it's Wei Lai or Lin Jia, they both died because of you. The original owner heard the same words for over a decade. They all said she was a curse, that she caused the deaths of her parents and older brother. Now it's the same. Clearly, Wang Yuer came repeatedly to provoke, and Wei Lai only spoke a fair word, yet he was beaten to death by Ah Yang without any regard for right or wrong. I can't forget. What I remember is that Wei Lai was killed by Ah Yang according to clan rules. Killing a fellow clansman should be punished by burning at the stake. Then, isn't it because of you? You personally killed Ah Yang's baby. Should you also be sent to the stake? Wang Yuer clearly knew I was pregnant. and still provoked me repeatedly. I only injured her by accident while defending myself. I didn't know beforehand that she was pregnant. If she hadn't been pregnant, that kind of fall would have healed with just a day or two of rest. Ah Yang knew full well that I was pregnant, yet still deliberately trying to kill me and my future. Isn't all this enough for the clan leader to convict him? Xiaobai argued with reason for a long time, but the clan leader impatiently waved his hand. I only look at the results, announce it. A Yang, for the tragic loss of his young and accidentally injuring a clansman, is now punished with 3 years of unpaid service in the hunting team. The Bai family female, for causing Wang Yuer to lose her baby, is limited to returning to this cave 1 year after giving birth, and her young will be compensated to Wang Yuer to raise. At this moment, Xiaobai was completely disillusioned. The affection she had originally developed for the rabbit tribe because of Lin Jia had now vanished, entirely due to the clan leader's favoritism. All she wanted now was to hurry and give birth, then claim her reward and escape from here. Xiao Bai was probably the only female in the beast world who had no one to care for her during pregnancy. The red liquid outside the cave had gradually begun to stink, attracting many mosquitoes and insects. Meanwhile, Qin Zhuan, because he had taken the attack for her last time, had been unconscious at the witch's place for several full days. During this period, Xiaobai had not visited him once. In fact, if she just took the initiative to use some means, now like how she had treated Lin Jia back then with Qin Zhuan's strength after waking up, he could definitely take her away from here, but she didn't feel like putting on an act anymore. So be it. In the apocalypse, she had grown accustomed to the wickedness and unfairness of human hearts. What she didn't know was that Qin Zhuan had actually woken up several times during this period. Qin Zhu, afraid his older brother would act impulsively again, stubbornly held Qin Zhuan back, not letting him take half a step away. Time passed in a flash. Xiaobai's towering abdomen looked utterly terrifying. In the days approaching childbirth, the witch came. The frequency of her cave visits is also increasing. According to the witch's experience, this pregnancy is an unprecedented case of multiple births, but she didn't dare guess the exact number. And finally, after a few days, endless shouts from the witch echoed from the cave. She gave birth. It's a little. She gave birth again. Gave birth again. Oh my God, Xiaobai, you actually gave birth to another little female. Sex at the same time. Xiaobai's ears once again rang with the system's prompt tone. Congratulations, host, for entering the production state. Congratulations to the host on the birth of the first offspring, a white rabbit female with purple tier talent. Reward 5 sets of intimate apparel. Congratulations to the host. The Lord has given birth to the second offspring, white rabbit female, purple tier talent. Reward 5 thermoses. Congratulations to the host for giving birth to the 18th offspring, the 18th genetic mutation, male, green tier talent. Reward 1